right now I have with me an actor par excellence and someone who's not really been given his due in the mainstream Bollywood repertoire, Mr. Arjun Mathur. Hello, Arjun. Welcome.
Hi, Sandeep. Thanks. Nice to be here.
Arjun, if I kind of happen to look at your career trajectory, the filmmakers that you work with, and the kind of films that you've been a part of, uh, they're all mostly films that are very performance oriented. I wouldn't call it art house cinema,
Hmm.
but all very performance oriented cinema. Be it I Am, be it Mira Nair's. I forgot the name of the film. You
Yeah,
have
migration. Yeah,
exactly. All of these films for that matter, and the filmmakers as well. If you kind of look at the filmmakers, they all have a certain kind, a strain. Their mise en scene for that matter is very similar. As far as I mean, it's almost for the thinking audience. You
right.
know, when I'm talking about an out and out Bollywood mainstream commercial producer for that matter, I'd say
Yeah.
Karan Johar. You worked
Hmm.
with him in My Name Is Khan, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
But you did not have a big chunky role.
Yeah.
You've got to tell me today when scripts are presented to you. Obviously, being an actor, and in that mentality, you'll definitely have an inclination to work for mainstream commercial films. But at the same time, when a script from Mira Nair, for that matter, comes in front of you, and you have a nice meaty role to play in the film in the script. What would you choose? What would be your first calling?
You mean doing a small part in a film with
Yes,
no?
as opposed to
Yeah, as
as
opposed to
opposed to which a small part which would perhaps have the monetary considerations in your mind as an actor, as a person who's going for a job for that matter, and at the same time something as content oriented as a Mira Nair film for that matter.
no. I'm always been content oriented. Yeah, always. Yeah, that's just it. Honestly, always and always. I think whatever money I have to make in my life, I would like to make it as a byproduct of the kind of work that I want to do. I really don't. I hope I'm never in a position where I have to do something because I need the money. Uh,
Mhm.
we all hope to not be in that position,
Yeah, absolutely.
but yeah, but so far I've not touched wood, and I will always choose characters that I wanna that I connect with, stories that excite me, filmmakers that excite me. I yeah, I've had the opportunities. I could have been part. There are many out and out commercial films which I could have been a part of that have been offered to me, not as a single lead perhaps, but and I could have gotten what I wanted out of them. But I don't know. I'm too aware of that feeling of being on a set and just being like, what am I doing here? You just want to be comfortable where you are. You
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
feel
absolutely.
like you want to feel like you belong there. And I think
Mhm.
I know where I belong.
Take me through the audition process of Mira Nair. How did that happen? How I mean, I forgot the name of the director that you worked for in the vignette.
Yeah, no,
Did
I
you work
worked.
for Zoya? I forgot the name of the.
No, so it was four short films. It was Mira Nair, Farhan Akhtar, and Vishal Bhardwaj and Santosh Sivan. They made the four short films.
Yes.
And I was first cast in Mira's film. How that happened was nothing. I had just finished my AD stint and spent like some time at Lee Strasberg in New York and shot my portfolio and come back.
How did I
And I had
forget? You were a student of Lee Strasberg as well.
yeah,
Yeah, I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
completely forgot that.
And
Right.
yeah, and I had just been handing out my portfolio a bit and stuff. And I got a call from a casting director called Loveleen Tandon, who has then went on to be associate director on Slumdog Millionaire and stuff. But at the time, she was just casting, and she
Hmm.
was casting for this film, Mira Nair's short film. And she told me right at the audition that it's a gay part. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Let me just do this audition because at that point in time, it's more about like, I just want to get on tape. I need people to just like see me, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I did that, and I could tell, you know, she was shooting the audition, and by the time it ended, her face had gone like, and I knew it had gone good. And that was that. And then that same evening or the next day, I was went to PVR Juhu to watch a. There was a screening of The Namesake, and I somehow ended up there with a friend I had gone. And in the interval over there, suddenly uh, someone taps me on my shoulder. I'm just like buying popcorn, and someone taps me, and I turn around, and it's Mira Nair staring at my face, and she's like, "Are you Arjun Mathur?" And I'm like, "Yeah," you know. And she's like, "I just wanted to say that I saw your audition and I loved it, but I can't cast you in this film because you'd be too young to play Irfan's lover. So, but I just wanted to say that to you personally and all." And I was like, it's fine, don't cast me. Wow, what an amazing thing you've said. And I was like, you know, imagine, yeah, you know. And that
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that time
absolutely.
I had had no experiences, you know, that this was it. And so yeah, that was it. But then 2 days later they called me again, and they had liked the audition so much that they just like figured their way around it, you know. And they decided that fuck it, we're gonna, sorry about that, that you know,
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna go with
Cast.
Irfan having a younger lover. Simple. So so that's how that happened, you know. And then that became the first piece of work on my show reel, which I was able to show Farhan, and Farhan then cast me in his short film Positive, which also I was in.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
absolutely. Okay. Also, you know, the fact that you said this brings me to my next question. The fact that you have been, you know, part of many films that have dealt with alternate sexuality, and the comfort and the ease that you have oozed in the roles. To a certain extent, weren't you a little, you know, perhaps gingerly or perhaps a little on tenterhooks while saying yes to the roles? Especially because nowadays,
I'm sorry. I'm
none
sorry.
of the actors.
Sorry. Could you repeat the second part of that, please?
Yeah, were you a little gingerly? Weren't you a little gingerly? Weren't you a little, you know, perhaps on tenterhooks? The fact that you are about to do a role which perhaps no one else or very few other actors will say yes to. Maybe because of the fact that, you know, the image concern is always at the top of the mind of anyone, whoever is involved.
Sure, sure. I'll tell you what. For the first one, there was no understanding of, at the time. There was no understanding of image kya hota hai or what. At that time, I was just fresh off the boat. I was an actor who has just started distributing his photos,
Mm.
and I got a call, and I was being cast in a film directed by Mira Nair and opposite Irfan Khan.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
part, whatever part, if I had to play a bloody rat, I would play a rat, whatever, you know. So that was that. And I knew it was a risk back then. But I mean, which aspiring actor wouldn't want to be there in those shoes, you know?
Yeah, वो तो है.
That was that. And I think doing that immediately kind of gave me this, people kind of started seeing me as this serious kind of actor, you know, issue based cinema karta hai, वगैरह. Um, and I think, yeah, that was that. The second time I did it for I Am, well, now that film it had an intimate scene with a man, and I found that to be so scary a thought to me, to Arjun Mathur, that I wanted to challenge the actor with it. You know what I mean? So not only that, I also knew now by then, by the time I Am came to me, I had also had a couple of experiences where I had been disappointed, and I had started understanding the systems that we've spoken of. So at that
Yes, I
time I thought,
understand.
yeah, so and at that time my thought became that, you know what, um if I'm not being able to break through this rock, then I have to find another way. And I think that this is a good way for me to be seen or talked about, or
Mm.
you know, to just uh, not only that, but it was also something that I thought that I don't think there are many actors around in Bollywood right now who would be willing to do this.
Yes,
So
exactly.
so I thought that I would like to be known as the guy who did this, the thing that other Bollywood actors were not willing to do.
You know
And
why
that's
it's strange? It's strange
yeah.
precisely because of the fact that very few, you know, actors, as they just said, would actually think of doing it. Um, we had films based on alternate sexuality in the past as well. We had Fire.
Yeah,
We had many other films for that matter. But
yeah,
I mean, you had actresses like Shavana Azmi, Nandita Das being part of such intimate roles and intimate. It's something very intrinsic. Uh,
yeah.
when an actor does it, then automatically it becomes a, a sensual kind of a thing situation. Just crops up out of nowhere.
Sorry, act becomes what? Sorry.
It becomes a little bit of a censure, censure kind of
Right.
a situation where everybody starts questioning and everybody starts, showing that face. Oh my God, I don't really want to do this or something of that sort. Why does that happen? Especially when nowadays when people are openly talking about sexuality and so much of sexuality for that matter is there everywhere when we're talking about OTTs and OTT content.
Sorry, but I'm not too clear on the question. Why does what happen exactly?
Why when two women are coming together and
Huh.
getting intimate on screen, and the same thing is happening with a particular scene in a film where two men are coming and getting intimate? Why is there a sense?
That's just patriarchy, man. That's just misogyny. You know, that's
Okay.
just that. I think that's just yeah, that's just a manifestation of the underlying inherent patriarchy and misogyny that exists in our society. That हाँ लड़की करेगी तो अच्छा है आदमी को शोभा नहीं देता kind of
Mhm.
thing. You know,
Exactly.
yeah, it's sick if you ask me. Um, yeah, yeah, that's that. I think a lot
Okay.
of it. I mean, like even and that is something that shows in all kinds of places. Like, how come it's only women that are being interrogated at this point? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's also
Absolutely.
that's also a question worth asking. Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Hmm.
So with that, Arjun, we come to the end of this lovely, lovely conversation. Again, a very, I mean, perhaps one of the most candid conversations and heart to hearts conversations that I've had with anybody for that matter.
Wow.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you so much for being a part of
Thanks,
this
Sandeep.
conversation, giving me your time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Arjun. It was lovely, lovely talking.
Lovely. Yeah. Thanks a lot. I enjoyed that. Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Let it go, make my body go. Make our bodies high.